we don't have to make everything perfectly level. But Paul said, the sales guy, said that the more level I make it, the better, and that's I think that's pretty straightforward to see. One of the cool things about this is that I'm standing on top of the double barrel wood stove, which we're choosing to leave in the ground right now. The potential backup to the propane heat if something goes wrong. It's actually a backup to the backup, I should say. If the propane heat goes bad, or we run out, or the end of the world happens, or whatever, we have our diesel fuel heaters, and then well, if it's the end of the world, we're probably not going to have diesel fuel, but anyway, we have wood heat that we can back up to if we really have to. So we're going to leave that in right now, and but I'm going to cover it up with the new flooring so it's safe. We don't have this big hole here. No one can fall down into it. Make it a whole lot safer. Now with this PortaFloor Max is the name of the product. You don't have to be perfectly level. Our test case we did up to the house in front of the barn at Kingsmead, we had it on unlevel ground, and it all sits down pretty nice. We have our hosing and our drainage here, and that is, the floor can just be cut with a hole saw or a sawzall, so it's really easy to work with. If you can't tell, I'm pretty excited about this product. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. You know, it's so hard to find stuff. You'd think it'd be easy, I mean, but finding companies that A, want to work with you, and B, actually have stuff that helps is very difficult these days. The internet, you'd think, would just make it so easy, but if you don't know exactly what to search for, it's almost like finding a needle in a haystack. So the fact that this company reached out to me and said, hey, here's a solution to your problems really means a lot to me in today's world. I haven't had the experience of working with very many companies anymore that actually give a damn. So, so far I've been impressed with Nuna Innovations and how they wanted to work with me to solve our problems here. So, thank you guys for being halfway decent fellas and ladies. So, I'm going to test this out, but I'm standing on top of nothing right now. There's just a big hole underneath me, and it's totally holding me. This thing can hold 80,000 pounds. It can hold me. When we put the locks in, that'll really secure it. Way cool. So freaking cool. Here's the first section of flooring. It fits 4 of them wide here. It's a 12-foot wide section roughly, and this is gonna be great. The floor is not perfectly level. We're gonna put the locks in, so little locks go in between these things to really lock it in place so the floor doesn't move on you. But this is awesome. This is an empty hole right here. That's right where that hole is at. Look at that. It jiggles right now because I don't have the locks in place, but man, this is so nice. It's so easy to put in. I mean, it's easy. Watch this. Boom. It's in. I reached my first modification point. We have a pipe underneath it here that we need to cut. We're using a hole saw. measuring it up here and here. That's a lot easier that time. Well, having the right size tool. What's going on under there? Me like it a lot. So I'm just starting to enter the section of the processing lane where we actually have microgreens falling on the floor, and I'm kind of thinking ahead. This flooring has these holes in it that make it pretty easy to move it around when you need to lift it, but they're a perfect entry point for seeds to be below. So I'm thinking I'm going to take some of that extra plastic I have and put it down underneath just to help keep, sorry, it's really windy today, just to help keep the seed from hitting the gravel. So I'm going to go get some of that plastic. So I got to pull these up. Luckily I haven't locked them yet. They're pretty easy to pull up. Move around. We've now reached the most complicated part of this installation. Power post, drain, water supply, and another drain that all need to be pre-cut. You guys, if you've been following, you know I'm not very good with measurements. Just for some reason, I just kind of suck at it. So I'm a little bit scared, but I think I got it all measured and drawn out correctly. So now we need to cut it up and see how we do. I just got a little bit of trimming to do. I think what happened is this was the panel that I was measuring from, and it was slightly off. It slanted a little bit. Because of that slant, my hole's off by, boy, just an inch. Real bummer. So I'm going to get that trimmed up and put in, but all in all, this stuff's actually really easy to work with. I mean, it cuts almost like butter if you got a metal blade on. And the thing that's taking me the longest is actually moving all my stuff. The floor goes in so freaking fast. If this was empty, I'd be done in less than an hour for sure, guaranteed. So let me get this cut, get it all put in. With this flooring to get it all sort of lock in place and to really be tight. You just put these little locks in. They're really super easy to install, and they're pretty darn tough. And they really create a more rigid structure. Really simple. I mean, just really well engineered. They put a lot of thought into it. A little over halfway done with the building, and I go to load some more of these, and it catches on my Carhartts, rips the button out, and I got a new cut. So there's a patch, there's a patch, there's a patch, there's a patch, there's a patch. There's a patch. Now I need one here, and I am going to do a quick Martian fix to this spot. Is that good enough? There we go. Alright, so that's fixed now. I'm thinking that maybe this is it for the old Martian overalls. I think 2 years of me doing all this is just too much for these things, so it might be time to buy a new one. I think I might actually try the Duluth Trading Company one. Some of you have been recommending that. I looked them up after a subscriber said it. They actually have a cargo pocket, which I'm totally stoked. I love cargo pockets, so That's like when I was in the Air Force and I had my ABUs on and we had the cargo pockets. Always something in the cargo pocket. Anyway, time to get back to work. That's pretty awesome. Okay, just got the last piece put in. We're able to do the entire center lane, the processing area, and we got an area up here where we work at the fridge and the sink and everything is all covered as well. So they got some cool parts that I need to put in. This is the corner piece. I'm going to put it in. You'll notice nice round edge here instead of the normal jagged stuff. They also have some ramp pieces that I'm going to put in right over here. So pretty happy. Let me finish this and I'll show you everything. So let me take you around and show you what we got here. I am so absolutely impressed with this floor. Look at this. That is beautiful. Everything sits in so nice. Here's an area where I had to cut one of the drains. Cut that, everything came out real clean. Cut those. Oh my goodness, I am so happy with this. And it's so solid when you walk on it. It's just solid. The only thing that's moving underneath of you is the gravel, and that'll stop once we walk on it enough. Just so happy, so absolutely happy with this. There's one section where, because of me, right here, you can see where it's contouring. It's solid, but there's a piece of wood underneath of there that I'd have to cut out in order to make it flat. And then we're able to do the wash up and fridge area here. We got the little ramps on, so you just walk right down. There's nothing to stub your foot on in the area that we walk into a lot. So it's just, this is awesome. This floor is awesome. It is freaking awesome. This is the freaking awesome floor. As far as cost goes, this would cost about the same as putting concrete in for the whole thing. In fact, I think it's almost exactly the same. Pretty sure. And what I like about this floor over concrete, concrete has its place, no doubt about it. Concrete smoother, easier to clean, definitely has its purpose and its place. But for what we need, this kind of semi-temporary, semi-permanent structure where we need to be able to easily kind of keep things clean, this works good enough. And with the plastic underneath of it, we'll stop any seeds from being able to go down and fall in between, and then we just and fall into the rock and take root. Plastic will hold it there, and then we just take the vacuum, go right over the top, suck everything up, and that is better than good enough. Oh my goodness, it's so much better than what we had. What I really like about it, and why it's hands down the right choice for this type of application, is the temporary nature, the prototype phase that we're in. You know, if I made a mistake in my wiring, in my plumbing, you know, can you go find plans for one of these online? Well, if you're watching me, you can, but in reality, no, you can't. I'm building this as I go. I'm figuring out, I have a general plan, I have an idea, I have a design, but now we're into the, well, that didn't work, your original plan didn't work, so I'm on the backup. In some cases, I'm on backups of backups of backups. Yeah. So, if anything were to go wrong, if I need to put new electrical down, if I need to run new plumbing, new water, new drains, all I have to do is pop up a few of those tie-in clips, pull up the floor, and I can trench, put in something new, rip up something, and then put it right back down, and whammo, everything's right back to just being super freaking awesome again like this. So, just, I am thrilled, if you can't tell. As far as installation goes, the hardest part about today, about the install, was moving my stuff out of the way so I can put the floor down. As far as the floor goes, single guy, me, one guy, did all of this, and I swear you could do all this in 1 hour easily. Easily put it down in an hour. You can move it by yourself. It's not a two-man lift. You can make it a two-man lift if you want, but in reality you can move it by yourself, and putting it down, clipping everything in, so simple. I'm totally freaking stoked about this. I mean, sorry to be like that, but I really am that way. This is really awesome flooring. Oh, and I found out when I was crawling around on it, so much more comfortable than crawling around on gravel. So if I was a mechanic, you know, up in the north where this is intended to go to, or it was built for, or if I was out in the desert, having this stuff on the ground would be so much better than having to crawl around on whatever is there. Just so much better. Awesome. I'm done for the day. We got the microgreen shelves in. They're fully in. Everything's in. Only thing left is to figure, as far as inside the building goes, watering. We got to figure out how we're going to water the microgreens. We have top-down watering with misters. We have moving like fog systems. We have flood and drain that we could do. Those are some options that we need to explore. We have lighting. We've got to figure out lighting for the aquaponic shelves. So it's still, my numbers are still showing with these particular lights that I bought. I need 7 of them underneath of there for each bed. There are 18 beds. That's a lot at $50 a piece and 0.6 amps. So if someone wants to help me out in that area, help me find a better solution, please shoot me an email at trm@TheRealMartian.com. Really appreciate that. We have a new cover to put on and insulation to put in, which I'm going to break into 2 pieces. There's going to be the insulation that is static, meaning it doesn't move, and then there's the dynamic insulation that is going to be the garage door opener awesomeness that we're going to custom build. So 4 more things to go. The aquaponic lighting is not mission critical. It's important. In the end, I can choose to put 1 bed on each lane to aquaponics, put 7 lights on that bed, fill it full of lettuce, and this year we can get through with the amount of fish that we have with just 1 bed going on each lane. That's my total backup plan if I can't figure out the lighting thing this year. I really can't figure out the lighting until we get the new canopy, the new top, because of how much of it will be clear. I need to be able to take new measurements and see how much light is coming through. That's going to be really exciting, and I really hope it's not too windy in October. Anyway, great day's worth of work. Flooring in, microgreen shelving done. Got the processing lane all back together again, leveled out. I think it's time for a beer. So, thanks for following along. I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up. I'm going to put the manufacturer link to this stuff down in the description. Please give them a shout. Check it out if you're interested in flooring. This is good stuff. This is really awesome stuff. And they really did right by me. So I think a company that reaches out and actually shows up and helps you figure out how to install it, that's someone that you probably want to do business with long term. So give them a shout. Check it out in the description. Nuna Innovations .com. You can go there and check out their stuff. They've got lights, they've got flooring, they got cement fabric, which stay tuned because I have some erosion problems that I think some cement fabric might come in handy for. We'll see what happens there. Thanks to everybody at Nuna for your help and your assistance. I really appreciate it. And I think I'm going to stop right here. So this is The Real Martian. Out.